What's good, YouTube? Robert Textoast RC coming back at you with another video. This is going to be another build overview of my most recent build. Boomracing BRX02 Land Rover Series 3. This is the 109, so this is the longer wheelbase version. This has actually been sitting on my shelf since I think about March. Just hadn't got the motivation to want to put it together. Just really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, the direction I wanted to go. And I finally, after months of sitting and collecting dust, finally decided, you know what, let's get into it. So this is what we're gonna go over, so here we go. All right, guys, here she is. So on this one here, I wanted to go, I know if you've seen my other videos, you see that I do a lot of patina work. I like the old beater trucks, especially when I'm out crawling. Those things, they get beat up, they rollovers, all that good stuff. I really wanted to go with a more detailed, new resto mod style of overland rig with this one, and this is kind of where I'm at right now with it. Obviously, like we said, this is Boomracing 109, so it's a longer wheelbase. It's not the 88. Let's just give you a little quick 360 view of this thing. Just want to tell you guys, this kit here is the most detailed, well put together kit I have ever messed with. I mean, all I've ever really done is RC 4-wheel drive, leaf trucks. I've done some cheater rigs, all that kind of good stuff. Haven't done anything as far as full-on scale style detailed truck, and the quality that they put into these chassis from Boomracing is way beyond anything I've ever expected. All the mounting hardware, everything detailed on this chassis is just insane. The amount of detail in the body itself is just phenomenal. So let's go ahead and just start with a quick breakdown of what we're looking at. All right, guys, as far as paint goes, we went with the Tamiya gunmetal gray. Of course, those of you that know, with the Series 3 Land Rovers, they're actually an aluminum body. So we went with the aluminum silver with some of these details here in the front, in the back. Again, we got the aluminum, because that's, if you look up any Series 3 Land Rover, a lot of those are exposed aluminum. So we went ahead and went with that look. White top, of course. These are not stock, these are the aftermarket. You can still get them from Boomracing, but the aftermarket sliders, I wanted to go ahead and go with those so that way we can protect the bottom of this body. Went with the scaled diamond plate. The diamond plate kit comes with a piece that comes here, but since I'm running the sliders, we're not going to use that. So we got the diamond plate here. We got the diamond plate here up on the fenders as well. Let's see what else we got on the outside that's Boomracing. Went with the scale engine bay from Boomracing. Everything is thought of on this. For those of you that are going to run this truck and run a Hobby Wing Fusion, right here in the battery, right here, you can actually lift that up and your start button for your Fusion goes right in there, fits perfect. Again, it's like they thought of everything on this truck. Let's see. As far as everything accessory wise goes, just shout out to Scale Garage Systems. This gentleman's out of Poland. He made this rack. This whole thing is handmade aluminum, crazy good quality. All these doors open. There's a little latch here that holds this thing up. Everything here on top. It comes with the ladders that go here in the back as well. Just crazy good. It comes with wood on both sides. I'm trying to see something a little bit different. I got this mounted up for right now. Not sure if I'm gonna go with the sand ladders. I ordered some some Rotopacks to go here on the side. I'm gonna make different mounts so that way I'm not using the wood. Just kind of wanted to give it a different look. Up on top, we have the RC 4-wheel drive rooftop tent. I'm not gonna open it up right now. It's a lot to it. But the RC 4-wheel drive rooftop tent, which is crazy heavy. This thing is so top heavy. I actually had to do some work with some of the leaves, which we'll get into a little bit later on, just to accept that weight. But after putting this on, with the springs and what I did there, it handles pretty well for what it is, for what it's supposed to do. We got the Rome cases up here too, also from RC 4-wheel drive. We have our side awning here too, ARB, also from RC 4-wheel drive. Going around the back here. I wanted to do a spare tire. Now, if I would have known, for those of you that don't, RPP Hobby, if you're looking for a single Vanquish wheel for like a spare tire, go through them. I didn't know that up until after I'd already bought them, and I posted it and I'm like, oh, I wish they would make a single tire. Everybody commented RPP Hobby, they sell single tires. I wish I would have known, because I bought a pair of wheels and a pair of tires, just so that way I can get my spare tire here on the back. It is what it is at this point, so I wanted a spare tire. We got our high lift jack here on the back. This is just a cheap Amazon spare tire carrier, you know, that I mounted up there. We got our propane tank, also from RC 4-wheel drive. We got some scale accessories back here. I think these are Enjora, a little bag, and what is this, a sleeping bag. So we got that. For those of you guys that want your scale license plate, check out RC Plate Shop. Got that done. Leaf life, because that's what I'm all about. That's pretty much it on the outside. I do have actually one more mod. Hold on, because I got to open up this door. 1 second. All right, guys. So sticking with that overland theme, I want to eventually make a 3D printed piece for what I did here. I just don't have Fusion. I actually got to get a new computer. I want to learn how to do Fusion so that way I can make this. But I went ahead and I made this little pull-out drawer for you overlanders out there, you know. This is just another storage compartment. What I got in here is some recovery items. If I can get this open. Some recovery items here, and then with the rooftop tent, there's poles and everything that holds it open. I got those sitting in there too. So, like I said, just wanted to do like that overland drawer thing that everybody, you know, has as of right now, because like I said, I have to get a new computer. I went ahead and actually made this all out of styrene. So this is all styrene made. Got that glue-in felt from, I want to say like Joann's or Michael's or one of those places. You can get that felt just to line it on the inside, and you know, we kind of sticker bombed it a little bit, and it does, and it serves its purpose. So got that out of the way. So let me go ahead and take the body off, and let me show you the quality that's in these chassis. All right, guys, so as far as removing the body, really easy. Again, like I said, Boomracing has thought about everything. Obviously, you don't see any body clips, you don't see anything like that. It's not like RC 4-wheel drive where you got screws here on the side to hold the chassis. With Boomracing, you just go in, reach around here. There's these little clips, pull them, this lifts right off, and it comes right off. And if you look at the bottom of this right here is what closes down and clips on your clamps that are attached to the chassis. All right, guys, so getting into the chassis of this, I just want to say this chassis here has to be the best quality chassis I have ever dealt with. I mean, even from your high-end cheater rig builds, you know, I don't think anything comes close to the amount of detail, the attention to detail that Boomracing put into making this chassis. I mean, everything that they put out for their chassis has provisions for it already. It's just a very well put together chassis. This, for those of you that don't know, this is a leaf sprung rig. These springs in the front and the rear. Now, for some of you guys that have dealt with RC 4-wheel drive trucks or leaf trucks in general, know that one of the things most of us do is we get an anti-wrap bar, right? And it's always just for the rear. And that's, of course, when you're on an incline, it keeps that axle from wrapping and bending up your leaves. Well, Boomracing already includes that. They have your shafts here that keep that solidly mounted for your rear, but they also have it for the front as well. Let me see if we can get this little bar right here. Connects up here to the front of the chassis, goes down and connects to the back of your axle. So this not only has a rear anti-wrap bar, it has a front anti-wrap bar. So you're never gonna have to worry about bending these leaves. This is a 2-speed This is a 2-speed rig. When you buy the kit, it does come with the servo and everything required for the 2-speed to function. For me, I am running the Hobbywing SC 1800. Plenty of speed, especially with the 2-speed. Works great. Steering, I'm running a Reefs 555 steering servo. Oh, you know what? Actually, since I got that body up, let me show you where this button is at. It's so cool. Right there in the battery. That's your power button right there for the Hobbywing, and it looks like a battery. It's awesome. Now these other things here, by the fenders, your lower fender guards, those are all separate, but again, because it's all made by Boomracing, it's made for this specific chassis, so everything fits just perfectly. The servo winch is also by Boomracing. Again, because it's for their chassis, they think of everything, so you're not having to figure out like you do with some of the aftermarket servo winches, where it's going to go and all that. It's made to go in this specific spot. The kit gives you everything you need to route it to the front, so you have your tube here that actually runs underneath your fenders here, and then actually comes to the front. And let me see if we can get that in frame. So it actually comes here out into the front. There's a hole that goes through the the bumper mount, and then there's a bearing with the retaining wheel here, and there's a plastic grommet in there to keep it from stripping out, from fraying out, and then comes right here up to the front. Like I said, they thought of everything. It's such a very well thought out chassis. What else do we got here? So as far as my suspension setup, again, with that body, again, this is a heavier body. It's a hard body, so it's a full-on plastic body. Then with the aluminum rack that I have in the back from Scale Garage Systems, on top of that, with the RC 4-wheel drive rooftop tent, everything that I have going on the back, like I said, the way I originally had it set up before I added all that was just way too soft. I mean, it was completely bottomed out. So what I went ahead and did to accommodate for that weight, I mean, like you can see, it's pretty stiff now, but again, that's because of all the weight that I'm carrying in the back. Boomracing, they give you 4 leaves to put on this thing. You have your main, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously. So to accommodate for the weight, I'm running all 4, but then I also had to double up this leaf right here. I don't know if you can see it. I had to double up that one from the front, because the front, I'm only running your main, and then what is this, like the second to the longest leaf in the front, because obviously there's not that much weight. So I actually had to double up this leaf back here to accommodate for all the weight. It doesn't bottom out anymore. It is stiff when there's nothing on it, because, like, you know, obviously, like you can see, it's pretty stiff with everything on it, with nothing on it. But once you get that weight, it handles it perfect. I know I had seen a comment when I posted about the rooftop tent. Somebody had mentioned that their truck was undrivable. Again, I put the rooftop tent, did the modification to the suspension, and it drove perfectly fine. Obviously, this isn't a huge rock crawler. It's more of a scale rig, so it's not gonna go crazy on the rocks and everything, but you know, had some kind of slants where I thought I was gonna tip over, but of course, this also sits lower to the ground. So it's got lower center of gravity as it is. It was able to handle those. Let's see, everything else as far as the chassis, like I said, it's all Boomracing. I haven't done anything aftermarket that's not from Boomracing. This rear bumper comes like this stock. Actually, I did add the mud flaps, which drag on everything when I'm on the rocks. It's actually pretty cool to see. And then the other neat thing with Boomracing, they mass market, they mass produce their products, but every single one of their rigs actually has a VIN number. So you can actually go in there, go on their website, enter in your VIN number and register it to yourself. And if you sold it or traded it, they can actually go in and you can transfer, just like a real vehicle, transfer that vehicle to that person that ended up buying it, which I thought was pretty cool. I went and did that myself. So this is going to be your electronics box. So my receiver is in there. On this truck, well, actually all my trucks, I run a FlySky Noble, so FlySky Noble receiver is in there. that's pretty much it. Let me get you, since the body is off, let me get you a close-up of that, of the scale motor. It's just a motor cover, but again, hides the motor. Look at the liquid in that reservoir. It's cool because you could actually fill it up with whatever liquid you want. All right, guys, so this is going to wrap up our video. Just a quick overview of my most recent build. I completely love this chassis. I love this truck, just everything about it. Boomracing, you guys knock it out of the park with this rig. I can't wait to get another one. I really want to wait for that new one that's going to come out. I forgot what it's called. Name starts with a Z, but it's more like a truck, like an old school, like Ford looking truck. But I've seen pictures of it. Check it out. Definitely want to pick up another one of these kits. Of course, I want it to be the leaf spring kits because I just love leaf springs. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed my quick overview. Again, this isn't going to be your crazy rock crawler. This is more of a scale truck, but you know what? To finally have one of these in the garage is just icing on the cake for me, and I look forward to the next one. But if you guys have any questions, just put them down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, any comments, any feedback. But until next time, guys, see you later.